do Brewster's
Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns 3. Today we have the Link's Awakening DX, 90% No Wrong Warp Out of Bounds Tournament, Tournament 2021, seeding race number 5. On commentary today we have Zin and Glyph. How are the two of you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fine.
Pretty good.
How about you? Alright, so we got less than 30 seconds left before we get started. Suddenly, it kind of got dead silent in here.
Alright, looks like we're off. This is Link's Awakening DX, no wrong warp, no out of bounds. The goal is to finish the game as fast as possible by getting to the egg. But in order to get to the egg, we need to get 8 instruments. We will not be doing any sort of doghouse shenanigans that you may be familiar with. That's considered a wrong warp, none of that. And we won't be going out of bounds with our out of bounds rule set.
Yeah, and out of bounds means no more than 3 pixels into a wall.
Yeah, that's a simplification of it, but that's the one way to put it.
So you're going to be seeing players like going 3 pixels into the wall all the time to optimize movement, and also for a trick a little bit later on.
First we need to get to the sword. We can do a kind of a trick to get to the sword a little bit faster by using our shield hitbox, which extends Link's hitbox a little bit. And we can also use that concept to duplicate rupees. We need to get 10 rupees in order to play a trendy game. And by collecting a rupee, this with our shield extended, it can hit Link's hitbox and the shield's hitbox at the same time and cause duplication.
Yeah. So right after that, we just need to get some bombs and arrows, and we don't actually use the shovel, I don't think, for anything, but we have to get the shovel.
We need to get the slime key.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Okay, so we do use the shovel for something, but even if we didn't, we have to get it anyway to get to the boat. And we do that by stealing. This is actually an intended mechanic in the game, and you'll know that by the shopkeeper's reaction. However, getting bombs for free is not an intended mechanic. The way buying rupees work is that they'll increment or decrease over time. So you can actually interrupt that by saving and quitting your game while the rupees are counting down. So you do that as soon as you start buying the bombs, and you just get them for free. The bombs go into your inventory first. I see Materia is having some trouble with the rupees there.
Yeah, it's all RNG.
Yeah, it's...
During PB temps, it's the big reset point. But it looks like Seisei is headed towards trendy. Not much going on here, just need to get the powder. It's a little bit faster than getting the powder from the witch, which is technically the intended way to do it. But you can also just get it from trendy.
And we don't bother with the Yoshi doll in the middle. For people who are familiar with this game, you get the Yoshi doll to start the trading sequence, which is required to get into D3. But we just completely skip that by actually getting to D3 without even entering Candlelit Castle, and you'll see that after we get the bracelet from D2. So first,
what Seisei just did there to activate that text without the owl coming on screen is called a bomb trigger. By placing a bomb right as you screen transition, the game puts 2 bombs on the screen, which isn't normally supposed to happen. And certain values overflow in memory, and they overflow to spots that deal with sprites cutscenes. and so it just kind of activates the cutscene. You can see Stacey do it here as well to activate the cutscene of the raccoon turning into Terran without having to use powder. It's a little bit faster than having to go and sprinkle it on him and watch him bounce around.
Yeah. So after that we head to D1, and D1 is it's an interesting dungeon because it's first where we see something called the super jump, which we'll be doing after we get the feather. And it's also the reason why wall clipping is such an important thing that we have to do.
Oh, it looks like Xander got a pit walk.
Oh
Nice.
boy. Xander always goes for the pit walk.
Yeah,
and he always seems to get it.
Pit physics are really weird in this game, but by moving in a specific way over the pits, you can actually just barely get across.
Batman's going for it too. Oh, almost.
Yeah, it's basically a 50-50 whether or not you do it right if you do the correct inputs, which by itself isn't even that easy. Also, yeah, you can put in the key from the side. All the game cares about is if you're touching the tile and facing the correct direction.
So with this category, really our goal is just to get all the instruments and get to the egg. So when you get into a dungeon, you're just going to be going straight to the dungeon item, assuming we even need it at all, and then getting the instrument. I mean, we're just trying to do that as quickly as we can. And one of the best ways we can do that is through a super jump, which you're going to see on Stacey's screen in like 10 seconds. So what you're going to do is see the walls of the dungeons. They're actually ledges. So when you clip into a wall and do a couple inputs, and then push yourself away from the wall, usually using a weapon that'll face you away from it, you trick the game into thinking that you're on the ledge on the top of the wall, and so you get this extra jump.
Yeah, pretty broken mechanic. Also 1.0 only for the most part. Lots of 1.0 exclusive glitches in this run. We're also playing on Japanese, so 1.0 Japanese, specifically its version that all the runners are playing on. Japanese just saves time due to text. In this run, it saves probably around 5 minutes over English. That's the first instrument, Full Moon Cello.
Yeah,
or cello, however you want to pronounce it.
Right after fighting the hardest boss in speedrunning, just ever. Voldorm is a real pain.
You haven't
in the ass.
fought Mothula and Link to the Past, then?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, you're right. It's just a pain.
Yeah, also the game doesn't really expect you to have arrows at this point, because they cost like 980 rupees. So most of the mini-bosses in the early dungeons just die to 2 arrow hits.
Yeah. Even though you can get it well before, like, through dealing by this point.
Yeah. Oh, looks like Batman took a death. Taking a death is really easy in this dungeon, because you only have 3 hearts and lots of spikes. So can see why this boss is so difficult on Materia's screen and Batman's screen. You just get knocked all over the place if you don't hit the tail, and that'll cause you to get knocked into those pits, which means you need to restart the boss fight. Uh-oh. The streams are synchronizing a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble keeping everything loaded. I have a feeling it's on.
Manga S.
Enough for you either. You got nothing.
Yeah.
So it's not just me. Okay.
It's on the stream also. Oh, looks like it's coming back. There we go. Missed some gameplay, but that's okay. What Say just is doing here is called a flot clip. Yeah, not too much. He has Bow Wow now. Not a chain jump, it's a Bow Wow. By pushing into a rock or any object that gives you a text box, the text box can kind of push you further into the rock. That pushes you just far enough to be able to clip all the way through.
D2 is probably the most straightforward dungeon. Like, there's pretty much almost no glitches whatsoever in the dungeon. Basically, right at the very end, like, the boss is the most glitchy part.
Yeah, I guess
which we don't even see until the end of the run.
The quick kill for the ghost, which isn't really a glitch.
Yeah, it's kind of just like the ghosts can be.
The ghost physics are just wacky.
You're supposed to light the torches and then I think kill them, like slash at them.
Yeah, but you'll see here in just a few moments after this mini boss that says it's going to do, he'll line himself up and shoot the ghosts behind him. And once the ghosts, you can light the torches, and the ghosts to just push them off screen.
Now, you're probably gonna wonder why on earth are we leaving D2? Like, while we're in here, wouldn't it be faster to just keep going? The answer is no. It's, believe it or not, leave the dungeon and re-enter it after D8 while we're going to the egg, because we happen to be going by it anyway.
Yeah, and it's just faster because we're better equipped at that point of the run. More items, including boots and magic rod, that just lets us get through it quicker.
Plus, we don't have to deal with going by all the pots and all that stuff after.
More technical difficulties.
Yeah. Might as well explain somewhat what's going on still. So after getting the bracelet, we are on our way to D2, or D3, I mean. And we need to get the slime key for that, and that usually involves going through Candlelit Castle, but we can do a trick called Villa Skip, which Seisei and Xander both just did, where you're on a pit, and if you pause buffer until you hear Link falling, Link will kind of get nudged down into the bottom bar of the screen. And all you have to do is just hold down, and you actually transition without falling into the pit. And that allows you to enter the villa without ever even dealing with Richard at once. So we don't see him at all in the game, or in this category. And that saves a ridiculous amount of time.
So here you'll see Seisei also doing that same thing we did in Dungeon 1, putting the key in the wrong direction. It saved some backtracking.
Yeah, but this time you have to clip into the block from the top.
So this is Dungeon 3. Dungeon 3 is a pretty broken dungeon in the speedrun.
Yeah.
Due to super jumping being broken. This dungeon is called Key Cavern, but we only get 2 of the keys, or 3 of the keys, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Wait. Yeah, 3.
Yeah, but it's 1...
And I think there's 7 total.
Yeah, you're supposed to, like, enter all the other rooms to find out the right path, but if you know where you're going, then you just skip the path and stuff.
This is the piece of power. The piece of power comes when you kill 30 enemies. So by routing out our kills at this point, we can kill 30 enemies to get the piece of power. It gives us a speed increase by 25%, but more importantly, it also gives us a damage increase. And you can use that damage increase to do a quick kill on the boss fight. Seisei here is going for a shield bump on the Stalfos. Looks just like that. Very clean. Saves about 3 seconds, maybe.
Fairly challenging if you don't know the timing.
Yeah, definitely not
a
free trick.
Though. Yeah.
Most runners don't even go for it. That's the Dodongo skip. By doing a super jump and using our sword to clink off the Dodongo, we can change our momentum to go towards the fenced off area. And it saves a key. And having to fight the Dodongos.
Yeah. So coming up is Slime Eye. So as soon as you enter the room, you want to immediately bonk off the wall, and then you just slash at him a few times in order to split him. And then you're gonna bonk off the top wall and hold out your sword, and the boss is gonna land on the sword.
Right. This quick kill is only possible with Piece of Power, or a level 2 sword, which we don't have at this point.
And when it's done really well, it looks beautiful.
That's the only piece of power that we're going to see in this run, just because the kill counter resets whenever you save and quit, and there's going to be lots of save and quitting in this run just to avoid backtracking. There is a no save and quit category. In that category, the main appeal over this one is that it has a lot more kill routing, which is very interesting to some runners. But in this run, this is the only stretch of time long enough where you don't save and quit to route in a piece of power. Looks like Batman took a death in the bomb bite room, which is really easy to do, but the issue is that now his kill counter is back at 0, so he probably won't get piece of power.
Unless he does some extra kills.
Yeah, not sure if it's probably worth it still, actually.
I think it is possible, but yeah.
No, it definitely is. You can definitely get it, but looks like he's not going for it, which is understandable. It might not be worth it with all the extra enemies you need to kill.
Yeah, you might involve going up and down the stairs a bunch of times.
You can actually do it by just killing all the Zols once.
Really?
Just enough.
That's enough.
Yeah, but you have to go out of your way to kill those Solphoses, and it's
yeah.
It's probably still faster, but understandable that you wouldn't want to go for it. Uh-oh, that's a soft lock. That can happen if your timing is off with the Dango skip. Super unfortunate. On Seisei's screen, he is dying also, but this is an intentional death. He did a trick called Walrus Skip, where he did a bomb trigger, which caused the Walrus cutscene to play. But the game expects you to have Marin, not Bow Wow. Bow Wow kind of screws up the cutscene and causes Link to be in a state where he can't use any items, which is not good. So to avoid that, you either have to transition into another map, so like going into a cave, or by dying. And dying is more convenient in this case because we can save and quit back to the cave next to the river.
Every stream is loading for me right now.
Use the actual stream instead of the restream. Seems to be working a little bit better. This is Armos maze. Enemies. You can take a lot of damage at this part. Okay.
Yeah, he's playing extremely safe now. Oh, that's not gonna go.
So yeah, normally you're supposed to go to Dungeon 4 after Dungeon 3, because that's how numbers work. But you can use these jumps instead of getting the flippers. We'll go to Dungeon 4 later.
Yeah, but before D6 we do actually get the key for D4 since it's just on the way.
And the cool thing about doing D4 or doing D6 before D4, other than it being slightly faster, is that after D4 you get a flag that makes the Ghost Buddy appear. And the Ghost Buddy is a long side quest you need to do. But that flag does not appear if you have the level 2 power bracelet for some reason. So by getting the power bracelet early and then doing D4, we skip that whole side quest. Otherwise we'd have to split D4 in 2, which we did in old routes.
Xander is gonna... Okay, Sears horse heads on the CC screen. So these are completely random, like there's a 50% chance for each head to land upright. And yeah, sometimes you have to do it like 100 times before you get it. So it feels like literally 100, it's usually like a few though. Seiste kind of got a little bit below average in the amount. but that's not too big of a deal.
So Stacy's gonna fight Facade now, and Facade is a very, very difficult boss. As you can see, his hitbox is still active before he even spawns. So really, really good defense from Facade there, I have to say. And by just timing your bombs carefully, he dies pretty easily.
Ooh, not good for Materia. Taking a death on...
Yeah, that's a pretty good place to take a death if you need to, though.
Yeah,
Resets your
sure.
health.
It doesn't lose too much time, but it's a pretty challenging fight when you don't know the timing.
Especially if you fail it. If you fail the setup, then it just becomes a mess.
There we go. So he's on his way. She's on her way to D6 now.
Batman going with a dash stun strat. Very respectable.
Wonder what happened to Xander.
Xander is fighting Facade right now.
The WTF in chat thing pointing towards something
Spoilers.
else. He might be referring to the half heart thing. So on Stacy's screen, you see him doing more Jesus jumps, and this is kind of like, how many years ago was it that this was introduced? Do you know?
2 or 3.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's a little bit faster to do Jesus jumps, but you also have to do them well. If you don't do them well, I don't think you save time.
Yeah, and that's over splitting D4 in 2 and doing D6 last.
Yeah.
I think. No, not last, but afterwards.
Xander's doing the Jesus jumps now. Stacey had some pretty clean ones. And this is this is also kind of a reroute. Also, the way Stacey is going, you used to go get the warp next to D4 after doing D2, but it turns out it's just a slight bit faster to go into this cave and set that as a save point. So when you enter caves or houses or anything like that, as long as it's not a 2D section, you'll have your save point set. So once he sets that, he goes to open D4, and then he'll just save and quit back to that cave. And
yeah, that's compared to like I think this is the first Zelda game that introduced that mechanic, because games like Link to the Past and even Ocarina of Time, the way saving and quitting works is that you go back to a set location, or in the case of Link to the Past, you can choose 3 or whatever it is. But in this game, your save and quit point is wherever you last entered and exited.
It's just this pattern that it's random each time, and sometimes it's slow, and sometimes the enemies just really get in your way. But here comes one of the cooler tricks that saves about 4 seconds.
So here's Say doing this really cool trick, very similar to the Dodongo skip, but a little more complicated.
Yeah.
You have to clink off the same P-hat twice to get Link's momentum moving downwards to skip having to do that tile puzzle again and use going the underground section.
And it's really only faster because you don't have to change your equips. So for most people though, they'll opt for the easier version because like it's not that much of a time loss.
Yeah. The great thing about this being a race though is that if we miss a section because of the restream being a bit buggy, we'll likely get another chance to explain it later and show it off. So
triangle. So she's going to be on her way to D6.
Batman almost didn't out of bounds. That would have been bad.
Really, I didn't see that.
He tried to yeah, he tried to do the
Oh, that would have disqualified
He caught
him from
himself
the
at
race.
the last minute.
Yeah, I second Aster on that.
Just gotta wait it out, guys.
Yep. After D4, we head to D5, and there's nothing at all between going to D4 and D5. We just head to the warp and go to Animal Village and just go to D5. Like, there's nothing special in that part.
Yeah,
it's the most plain split, and it's probably like the hardest split to optimize, just because it's straight movement. There's nothing else to it.
But now in D5,
so
D5 is one of the longer dungeons in the run because we need to fight the Master Salphos mini boss 4 times in order to get the hook shot.
Yeah, if we had the boomerang, we would have to fight him 0 times.
Yeah, but going out of our way to get the boomerang is way slower.
Yeah, unless you're doing Hundo. In Hundo, we have to get the boomerang anyway. So we use this trick called early hook shot, which is
not in this run.
Yeah. In this category, we just don't do it at all. So we have to fight Master Salphos, unfortunately.
Yes, there's lots of backtracking in this dungeon. Just because the way it's laid out, there's not really any good way to skip it, other than being able to get the boss key without the hookshot, which we'll see in a little bit.
That's pretty much all D5 is. It's like,
yeah, just
we do have a pretty awesome jump that some people like to call the dumb jump. Others don't like the term. There's lots of dumb jumps though in this game. But yeah, right after Master Salphos 3, we go to get the Nightmare Key, but we usually need the hook shot to get to the new key. But you can actually do a well-timed and placed dash jump to get over the pit, just barely. You're gonna see that on Stacey's screen.
It's a little bit easier if you have Piece of Power, but Piece of Power isn't able to be routed in this dungeon, unfortunately.
Yeah. And Stacey just nails it first try, no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, it abuses the fact that you have more time to get back onto a ledge when you're on the side of a pit compared to the middle, because the pits are broken up into individual tiles, and if you're in between 2 tiles, you have more time to get back up onto a ledge.
Yeah, if you landed in the middle of the pit, you just fall. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. Stacey is just kind of crushing this D5. Race isn't so close anymore. But anything could happen.
They're still in the same dungeons.
Yeah, we still got Rooster Skip coming up as well. Which
Rooster Skip will be after this dungeon. It's probably the hardest trick in the game. We'll talk more about that when we get there.
Yeah, and Stacey does it unbuffered, and Xander might be doing it unbuffered. I saw him practicing it earlier, so we'll see what he does.
But here is a cool clip. Using the hookshot to repeatedly grab the pot, you can push the link further and further into the tile and get all the way through.
Xander did the pit jump there. It's just a ever so slightly shorter setup that's makes the trick a bit easier.
Yeah, it just find
Slime Eel, which I really do think should be called Wall Snake. Slime in it. Like, does this look slimy to you?
Maybe it was supposed to be green.
Maybe. Not bring up the hook shot for some reason. And so missed a cycle. Ideally, you want to kill the boss in 2 cycles. I see Batman's going for the Jesus jump method. It saves a bomb and an arrow, which is actually handy in this category because you are kind of limited on them, depending on how well you play. If you play perfectly, you'll have enough arrows, but if you play poorly, you might need to save some later. So Cesa's done D5. Xander is on his way to the boss. Cesa is going to be going back to that same cave that we did the safe warp to on the way to D4. Because we need to get up to the bird key to open up D7. And normally you need to have the rooster that you get from a village using the Frog Song of Souls. But we don't have the ocarina, and we never even look at the ocarina. So, how do you get the key? You get the key by doing something called a hookshot jump. And a hookshot jump is when you jump on the last frame that the hookshot retracts toward you. So you have a 60th of a second where you can actually jump over a pit. And that's is there something else that I'm missing the explanation?
You have to do 2 of them.
Oh yeah, you need to do it twice. Needless to say, it's really hard. There is a buffered method though, which makes it considerably easier. In some cases doable. Like for the longest time I could not do it unbuffered. And now I can barely do it unbuffered. It's just
but when Ceisa enters, you see him save and quit. That's to set up a quick kill. We can explain it in a bit, but just keep that in the back of your mind. That Ceisa saves and quit once he enters the Rooster Skip Cave.
Yeah, it has something to do with the warps that you run into on screen, or certain tiles. The warp tiles, like 2 of the warp tiles, I know make it fail the quick kill. But you'll see it in a second. Ceisa has to buffer it because he's risking falling into the pit.
You have more than one chance to get the hookshot jump, but if you get too close to the center of the pit, then you'll start falling. Oh no, it's buffering during the trick.
We'll get another chance.
Suspense.
We got three other chances to see it done. We'll see if he's trying it again, then that means he failed. You got it. So yeah, unfortunately you didn't get to see the entire trick.
Xander's going to do it here in a moment, so you'll hopefully be able to see that.
We're probably not going to see a buffered or an unbuffered Rooster Skip unless Xander goes for it.
I think Xander goes for unbuffered now.
He didn't the other day. So we'll find out. Bow Wow can just completely screw you over. He's doing it. There he goes. Oh, he gets the double firsties. Beautiful. That was. I thought Bow was gonna get in the way in that last one.
Yeah, this is why Bow Wow can really be a pain in this category, because he can get in the way of the hookshot, and you can clink off Bow Wow. If you're not ready for it, then you'll probably fall.
Yeah, you can only spam the hookshot so many times before you fall into the pit. Especially the closer you are to the center. That was awesome.
Oh man. OC Bass 208's in chat. What's up, dude?
So Seisei is doing the pillars. Again, if you're familiar with the game, you know that you need this ball. You have to carry this ball around in a certain path through the dungeon and throw it at the pillars, and it's just the most annoying thing to do because, like, if it falls in the pit, then it goes back to its starting spot, and it's horrible. But we can skip all that through bomb triggers, which is arguably the most broken thing in the game. And there's Xander getting another cutscene eat by Bow Wow. And now Seisei is doing Goomba Surf. And this is probably one of my favorite tricks, just because it's got a great name and it's fun to look at. So he's waiting for that top Goomba, or at least one of the Goombas, to go there. Yep, and nails it. So you can bounce off the Goomba, and it's, in a way, it's actually kind of like a super jump. Like you're just jumping off the Goomba, and then it gets you just far enough onto the ledge to
yeah, all of that works, by the way. Actually, I'll explain it after this fight. Seisei is going to hit the Evil Eagle from below him, because the hookshot can wrap around, but only if he has not visited certain screens since saving and quitting. Because certain screens make a solid wall appear where his item menu is for some reason.
yeah.
Or his heads-up display.
And one of those screens is the warp tile that we use to even get to D7 after D5.
Yeah.
So like you have to save and quit. It's just
That's why we save and quit during.
another path.
And it's convenient. You can save and quit anywhere after that tile, but it's nice to do it at roost or skip, because if you fail it, then you can hard reset your console and go back to it.
It's not literally faster to save and quit in that cave. It's just convenient if you fall.
It kind of works so that whenever you jump off a ledge, the game has to turn off the collisionless state to get an extra boost from the Goomba to go through the wall and to skip having to get the boss key.
In Marin's skip time, just jump over the pit. It's 3 tiles wide, like it's so easy to jump over, and yet the developers thought you would hookshot into Marin. Which I certainly did when I played casually, because I didn't realize that I could just jump behind. Ooh, what is going on here? The stream completely crashed for you too. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Well, Sace is on his way to D8. We didn't get the mirror shields from D7 because we just don't need it. You're supposed to use it to get past the flames in a cave on the way to D8, but we can actually just clip into the wall and the flames will push you into the wall, allowing you to get past it. You'll take a few hearts of damage, but that's not a big deal because it's much, much faster still.
Back. PogChamp. So Seisei's going to enter D8. The collision for the Turtle Rock's head does not exist when he's opening up his... the collision for his head exists, or does not exist, but his neck does. So you can just go through him before his neck is on screen. I did not explain that very well, but there you go.
The head does have collision, I think, once the neck comes out. Because the head, it hits pretty hard too. Like it's quite a bit of damage if you get hit by him.
So Seisei just clipped through the key block there. By doing what's called a bookshot, which is by hitting hookshot and feather on the same frame when hookshot's equipped to D. It gives you an extra speed boost, and you can use that extra speed boost to be able to clip through the key block if Link's subpixels are correct, or something like that. It's a weird mechanic. I don't understand how it works really, but
It has to be on B because of button priority. So if you push 2 buttons at the same time, I think, is it the B button that gets going back to D2 to finish it off? And we'll see. D2 is, in my opinion, one of the most annoying dungeons in this category because of the boss key room, the nightmare key room. Here's the room for Xander. Some people like to jump around while it's moving. See, yeah, he's gonna do it there. Some people will get right in front of the chest. Others will, like for myself, I like to charge a dash and then while the Roomba is going off the very bottom of the screen, I just dash to the right. Okay, Seisei got it. You have to kill the Pulse Voice, then the Bat, then the Sulfos, in that order. And there are ways that you can do it that are, like, marginally faster, but also quite a bit harder.
Uh-oh. I think Batman's taking a fall. Oh, nope. Saved it. Nice.
Tyria fell on the second pit. Which I can't say I haven't done that a few times too. It's like the deceptively hard pit to jump over. Especially in the heat of the moment. Alright, Batman getting Rooster skipped down. Ooh. Okay. So Seisei just destroyed the pot with one throw by just clipping into the wall and facing to the left. You have to be facing to the left. I don't know why. It won't break if you don't. But as long as you're clipped into the wall and facing to the left, when you throw the pot will break on the first try. Instead of having to fight the boss 3 times there. And then you just spam the magic rod into the wall and it'll kill the boss. Now Seisei is on his way to the egg. Whose sound are we using?
Seisei's.
Okay. So we should be silent here. Look at the book in the library, which is left, left, up, right, right, up, left, up. But as soon as you look at the
skips
book,
the entire trade side quest.
Yeah, quite literally. Like, if you know that, then you don't even have to do the trading side. As long as you know how to do Villa Skip as well.
It's a good time for the stream to go down because it's not very interesting just going through the maze.
Yeah.
But the actual fight is interesting. So going into the fight, says he's going to do a bomb trigger by mashing bombs into the pit. And he's doing a quick kill now to kill the first phase. The sword, for some reason, can do damage to him if it's placed precisely. It's really weird. But anyway, now he's doing Aghanim. Aghanim is random, unless you do the manipulation, which he is doing, I believe. By paying attention to which positions he moves, and then standing on specific even or odd horizontal pixels, you can manipulate whether it's going to throw a blue ball or a round ball.
Gets it all 4.
Beautiful minute.
Yeah. Wow, Seisei is almost on pace for sub 50. It's probably going to be a low 50 if he gets good Death Eye energy. So he has to kill Ganon, just dash into him 12 times. And then there's the Shadow Linmola, which you just do a spin slash on. And then Death Eye, which is the only actual random part if you do the minute properly. Lose a PB, just because Death Eye is...
Is he on PB pace?
I don't
I don't
know.
think he's on PB pace at this point. Probably not.
But he just got...
Pretty nice.
Yeah, it was pretty close. Pretty close run between you two for the entire time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you two are only like a minute, 2 minutes off.
Official
almost.
race time.gg time of 52:24 for Xander. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Beats my PB.
Yeah.
Now
So
we
how do you feel
just
about the run overall? Any
Yeah,
big point of time save for the sub 50?
yeah. In the first half was pretty meh, to be honest. Like I had a bad D2, bad into D3, bad D6 too, with a lot of horse heads. So I have plenty of time saved there, and bad risk to skip too. I had to buffer it. Shame
Yeah.
on me. But yeah, the end game was pretty good overall, especially D8 plus final boss with a good devil. So that was solid. But sub 50 will be tough. I don't know if I will grind for that. Probably not, but I'm sure I can get a low 50 pretty easily.
I agree. Xander will probably be joining us, I'm assuming.
yeah, and we gotta finish off the race between Batman and Materia. And those two are also not terribly far apart either. Batman setting up for the book shot. Gets it.
I think they're both probably on PB pace.
Probably.
Let me see. Uh, Materia's time is 103. That's her PB. And Batman has a PB of where is it? 108. I think Batman definitely can PB.
Hello,
And
Hey, how you doing?
what's up, Xander?
I'm mad.
And why are you
GG,
mad?
Xander.
You just nailed Rooster Skip. You got the
I
double
missed
firsties.
sub.
Sub Nitros. Nitros has a 50. Ace PB. Okay.
This is so sad.
Pretty good run overall though.
Yeah, it was good.
G2 in a race isn't too bad.
We don't talk about D6. Nothing happened in D6 or D4, actually. Definitely nothing in D4. My D4 was flawless.
That's okay. I don't think anybody saw your D4 because like the stream kind of kept
No, because the stream
going
was
up
crashing.
and down.
Good. It was very embarrassing.
But we did see what happened in D6, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, that was just me being stupid with hearts. See, D6 I can justify. D4 there is no excuse.
So yeah, Pink Batman coming in on Roomba Room. I don't think we've actually seen this yet. But yeah, you can move the Roomba around, trying to fill up every tile, and you can actually move while the Roomba is moving. You can use Feather to get closer to the chest.
Now for Hothead again.
Materia has no audio. Well, I hope she is local recording audio. So if she PBs, she wouldn't be able to submit it if she doesn't.
Oh, Materia's going for the item upgrades or pickups, which is something you can do if you're low on like bombs or arrows. You can do that. It's
Yeah,
a little bit
well,
something called a lava swim, where you just slash your sword as you're transitioning into the lava. For whatever reason, you can just swim in the lava. The game thinks it's water. There's the Vire, the most annoying enemy in the game.
Not as annoying as an Oracle's, though.
Yeah.
Just
And not as
manipulate.
annoying as Moldarms. Moldarms are the worst. Just in general, Moldarms are the worst.
I also
Again,
don't know
not as
how
annoying as.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say again, Moldarm's not as annoying as in Oracle's. Moldarms are way
Right.
worse in that game.
Yeah, it's true. I went through the games
It takes 3
casually
hits to kill.
Oh,
in the
God.
winter, and it was like, wow. I didn't think
I-
they could get worse.
I just wanted to say I have no idea how I didn't fall or skip. Bow Wow was right
Yeah.
there. I don't know what
I was
happened.
I was thinking too, is like, oh, Bao is gonna get in the way. Don't do it.
Oh,
Don't do it. You got it. And I was
right.
like, yes.
If I didn't get that jump, I would have been fucked. It was so sketch. Also somehow gold at D8 even though I fell in the lava in the 2D section.
Oh, that doesn't
Sounds
lose
like
that
there's
much
room
time.
for improvement on that gold.
Oh, on Batman's screen, you can actually just jump over the top with boots and feather. I'm not really supposed to have boots before D2, but you know. Since you only need the bracelet to progress anyway, like, even if you're playing casually, you could actually fight the boss at the end. If you're okay having Bow Wow the entire time. You can't drop off Bow Wow until D2 is beaten. Alright, so facing left, throw it into the wall while clipped, and pot breaks immediately. Uh-oh. There we go. Dying on Genie is quite a time loss. So, Materia is on her way to D2 now, and Batman's on his way to the egg. And we've got Batman's sound on, so we get to hear the national anthem again. So what did you
So
say
I don't know
Batman,
if
Batman's PB was again?
I think Batman has a 108, so definitely PB pace.
Yeah. And Materia is definitely not
Has a
on PB pace.
103.56.
Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely not getting a PB. Oh, not clipped into the wall, and the pot did not break. Oh, he slashed. Not getting it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he knows
got-
to back up.
He's got powder, so as long as he doesn't run out of powder, he'll get it. Yeah, solid bomb trigger though, like only using 2 bombs. I wish I could do that. So if you a backup for the blob kill on the nightmare blob kill is that if you slash your sword and you get a high slash sound, there's 3 sounds. There's like a middle, a low, and then the important high sound, which is what you're looking for. If you get that sound, then you hold your sword out, and then the blob lands on the sword. You'll kill the blob with no problem. Unfortunately, Batman cannot do the manip anymore either because I think the blob quick kill failed somehow does something to it. The manip is so finicky. Like if you screw anything up, then it's fail, or you have to do something else or whatever. Yeah. It's it's a weird thing. Now it's gonna come down to Death Eye RNG. There is a stun lock you can do on the Nightmare Moldorm. If you do a spin slash and start slashing at a good time, at the proper time, then you can just hold it in place. Alright. Now let's see what happens. I hate that. He opens his eye on all the time and then just like on the last 1 or 2 hits just doesn't do it. There we go.
Nice. So that is a PB for Batman, I think.
Double PB race.
PB, big GG's for him. 106 flat.
Wow.
Hopefully he'll join us.
Oh man. Materia's just getting nothing but blue balls. There we are. Nice. Got the stun lock.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey
Good
Batman,
race.
GG's.
Oh, thank you.
It's a PB, right?
That is a PB. I don't think I deserve that PB, but it's a PB nonetheless.
Congratulations. Got 2 PBs in this race. It's pretty sick.
Yes, Ceesay also got a PB.
But thank you. Appreciate it. I honestly didn't know where that race was going. I had a very bad everything up until Rooster Skip, where I did Rooster Skip first try. I was pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I saw that.
How's Maddie doing? Let me pull up.
But yeah, looking like you're getting cleaner and cleaner. Hopefully you can get that sub hour pretty soon.
That'd be nice.
Definitely have the skill.
That'd be really nice.
You definitely have the skill. Just need to get that run.
108 flat.
Nice.
What is
Wait,
this?
flat. Nice.
two runs that are flat on the minute.
Love it. You'll love to see it.
Exactly 2 minutes apart. GG, everyone.
Absolutely, GG. That was a good time.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see if Materia is going to join us as well. Are there any highlights from the run that you have, other than the Rooster Skip?
Nope.
None at all.
The entire rest of my run was an absolute trash fire.
Oh, man. I know the feeling, man.
I fell in a pit in D1, and then I died to wherever that spike thing is.
Yeah, the trap.
Yeah, the trap. I took a death in
The dongo skip
D3.
gave you a little bit of trouble.
The what did? Sorry.
The dongo skip maybe gave you a little bit of trouble.
The dongo skip. Yeah, I soft locked onto dongo skip. That was great.
All that is just time save for next run. That means
Exactly.
you have a really big PB incoming.
I'm
Yeah.
so excited for it. I mean, I want to get to sub 105 before I even think about a sub 1, but I mean, at some point I will get the sub 1, and I'll be very happy about it. Will it happen during this tournament? I don't know. Probably not, but we'll see what happens.
I believe. Looks like Materia will be joining us in just a moment. Oh yeah, good thing that Materia didn't PB because she didn't have any game audio, so...
Oh, man.
Oops.
Oh, Materia will not be joining us, that's too bad.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
Well,
Definitely GG's to all the runners. That was
Yeah.
a sick race.
2 PBs, 2 times that are flat in the minute.
Glad I
that's
stopped in.
pretty interesting.
Yeah, GG's. Any final thoughts?
We have another race today in a few hours.
Oh, we do?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think there's going to be another race today.
Less than an hour, actually.
really? Okay. I don't think I'll be able to commentate for that one. Hopefully someone else can take that one.
Yeah, I'm afraid the ZSR schedule's packed today, so we won't be putting the next one on restream, unfortunately. We've got way too much going on. We
Makes
just about
sense.
managed to squeeze this one in onto our packed schedule.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing that, because
Of
it's
course.
really nice to have as many of our runs shown as possible.
Apologies if you watched this back, Batman. We had some severe technical issues, so I was pretty much constantly hitting the refresh button throughout the stream.
I saw that, and it's totally fine.
It happens, it just happens.
It does. It's unfortunate when it does, but it does happen from time to time.
Yeah, but that'll be it for this stream. Thank you to our runners today. Seize, Xander, Batman, and Materia, to our 2 commentators, Zin and Glyph. And thank you to chat for watching as well. Looking at, if you want to learn more about LADX speedrunning, you can check out the Discord and give these various people a follow. If you want more Zelda action, you can give the ZSR channels a follow. We're here on ZeldaSpeedRuns 3_3. We also have ZeldaSpeedRuns mains, just twitch.tv/ZeldaSpeedRuns. We have ZeldaSpeedRuns 2 and ZeldaSpeedRuns_4. Coming up on the ZSR schedule right now, over on ZSR 2, we have the Wind Waker Randomizer Season 4 Tournament Losers Bracket Round 12, Tanjo 3 versus PK Slam. Game 2 out of a best-of-3 series. We'll be rating them shortly here. Coming up later today at 5 p.m. Eastern, so in 45 minutes, over on ZSR Main, we have a Link to the Past Randomizer Cross Keys tournament match between Swiss Round 2 between Andy and Bonta. 6 p.m. Eastern here on this channel, we'll have the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Standard Any Weekly. 7 p.m. Eastern, we will have another Wind Waker randomizer match featured. Depending on if Tanjo and PK go to Game 3, it will be either that or a Challenge Cup match between Jetlao Deer and Halcyon Haley. And then to wrap up the night at 10... let's see, we have the Breath of the Wild 90% bi-weekly race. That'll be on ZSR Main. And then at 10 p.m. we'll have the Link to the Past Randomizer Challenge Cup semifinals, Zero Rush vs. Pant Game 3. And you can check out the schedule for more action throughout the week. We do hope to feature a couple more of these seeding races, so keep an eye out for that. And thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good afternoon and evening.
See you, everyone.